In this part, we're going to start preparing the suspension for this frame so we can get a rolling frame. Let's go. Apparently, this is aluminium that has some kind of varnish on there, and the varnish has been oxidizing over the years and is really hard to remove. We've used some special paint stripper, not the one that I've used before, but it seems like the varnish is gone, but I'm not 100% sure. But the aluminium is still very cloudy, and this has been polished for a couple of minutes. It's shiny, but it's still cloudy, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Maybe try a different method to remove the varnish, or repaint them entirely in the same color as they've used on other bikes, a bit like this gray here, but the other bikes have, like the FS1 also has painted forks in a shade of gray. Actually, let me show you. Like here, you can see these forks are painted because I think they're originally iron and not aluminium. Maybe if I can reproduce this color, maybe I'll paint them in this color. I like both styles actually, polished aluminum or painted. As you can see, I ended up respraying the front shocks. I'm actually pretty happy with the result. It came out pretty good. This is a really close color to the factory color that Yamaha uses for the forks. Came out pretty good. Still need to salvage another boot from another shock. And I gave the rear shocks a polish. They're not perfect, but they'll do for now. Hopefully, after COVID passes, the trade yards will go back open so we can find some new parts. Let's start installing the rear shocks. Okay, perfect. As you can see here, the springs are hitting the frame. So apparently these are not the correct frame, not the correct springs. I hope this is not going to be the entire build, and then I have the wrong parts. This thing won't even come off anymore. Okay, the bushing, god damn it. Let's check the black RD50, and I can already see these are in fact different. They are even longer. Okay. I just went looking in the part supply. I found one rear shock, sadly enough. So my parts hunt will continue, finding another one or maybe a set of these. So for now I'm just going to mount it loosely like this and continue at the front. Ow. Yeah, these fit perfectly. That'll be the rear for now. So now to the front. Let's put these aside because these are useless. Let's put these in for now. That's the first one done. But I think I still need these washers. We have some rubber washers here and a covering plate or whatever it's called. That's probably... I've actually managed to find a parts list on the RD50. It is the model after the DX model, but it gives me a general idea of how these are fitted. So as I was looking at this exploded view of the front forks, I noticed I was missing something that should be on top of the triple clamp, and that are these. I found them in another box full of parts. So these covers get on top of this one, and then Oh, then we fit that one, fit it with this rubber ring. And then the mounts for the front light will go in between here, surrounding the chrome piece on the front shock, like you can see on the drawing here. So let's mount these up correct this time. There is also a difference between the left and right shock. As you can see here, this one has a little tab. This is for the speedo, for the speedometer, what's it called? The wheel that actually spins on your front wheel, so the speedometer reads the speed. The other side with the front brake doesn't have this tab. Okay, to the other side now. So first the cover piece. I'm actually going to slide the shock in already. There we go. The ring with the rubber thing here. There we have it, the front fork. Everything is still loose because I need to fully mount the mounts for the front light. I hope I will get them back soon from the painter. Otherwise I'll just have to continue without them. Next up we'll be mounting the wheel, the front wheel. And the rear wheel with one shock, I guess. First step to complete these wheels will be to mount the front disc for the front brake. I ran out of M8 bolts, so I'm just going to mount these temporarily. I can still remount these bolts when the wheel is on. That's fine. I've also added some fresh lube in the bearings, just for good measure, can't really hurt. And then for the next part is the speedometer mechanism. This has also been lubed up. And you can see these little tabs are fixed in the wheel, and these little holes here can rotate. When this piece rotates, it spins a square piece. It's impossible to see in there, but a square piece which a square cable fits in, and that will drive the speedometer. So it's basically just, oh wait, yeah, it's correct. Yep, there we go. And then it should have the washer and the bolt, but I forgot something on the other side. On the other side we still have this spacer to protect the bearing. And this goes in like that. Now we can actually mount this on the fork. So the idea is put the front wheel in the clamp and then put the fork on the wheel instead of vice versa. If I look at the black RD50, the front rotor is going on the right side. Okay, nice. The rear spacer is also still in. Okay, now for the tricky part, getting this thing in. Yeah. Yes, there you have it. A little bit of grease is coming through, that's fine. The front wheel is in, nice. Now the bike is actually being held up by the wheel, this is perfect. Still need a washer for this. First test of my new ultrasonic cleaner. It's not up to temperature yet, but I'm too excited. Oh, Christ. As for completing the rear wheel, I've already mounted a brand new rear sprocket. And all we have left is a bushing on this side, like so. The rear drum brake, I gave it a quick clean, looks alright. I still need to give it a wipe with some brake cleaner. If you mount brake parts, always use some brake cleaner. That's why it's called brake cleaner, I guess. And the inside as well for good measure. There you go, the rear drum brake. This side also has a spacer to fit in the rear swing arm, but this can only be mounted on the arm itself. This will also be pretty challenging. Yes, there we go. And the nut. There we go. Wheels mounted. Look at that. This is starting to look like a bike. We got a rolling frame. So if you like this video, please leave a like. And if you want to follow the build, consider subscribing. Thank you for watching and see you next time.